Hey there guys, Corey here with Android Community, and today we have the brand new Samsung Galaxy S Relay 4G with T-Mobile to unbox for you. As you can see here, it's a decent little phone with a QWERTY keyboard. So real quickly, we're just going to show you what we have. A little look at the software, hardware. But real quickly in the box, the usual little bit of paperwork from the folks at T-Mobile and Samsung. And charger, USB cable. Simple and sweet. Nothing special there. So put that box aside and get to the actual device, which we have here. And this again is the Samsung Galaxy S Relay 4G. And out of the box here, as you can see, it's got a lot of similar features and looks to the T-Mobile version of the Samsung Galaxy S2. The back looks and feels the same, although this is only a 4-inch display. Camera's kind of shaped the same, but it's a smaller camera. But overall, not bad as far as the specs. It is a mid-range phone, but it's still pretty sleek considering it's got a full slide-out 5-row QWERTY keyboard. So not bad. But real quickly to run over the specs here, we have a 4-inch Samsung AMOLED display. It is not HD. It sadly is only the standard WVGA 480 by 800, but it is AMOLED, so it still looks great. It'll look pretty impressive as well as although it's not HD. With a dedicated home button down below, which lately Samsung has been able to transfer over to the US markets. We have a front-facing camera, it's 1.3. On the back we have a 5-megapixel camera with LED flash, and then the speaker grill down below. As you look along the sides here, we have the volume rocker over here, little micro USB for charging and syncing. The low and power button, takes up real estate on that edge. And then up top, the usual 3.5mm headphone jack. And then the keyboard, I'm not extremely liking the keyboard. Samsung phones in the past have had pretty good hardware keyboards. The buttons have a decent little click to them, but there's not a lot of travel, and it's kind of, they're making a sleek phone here, but it's almost too flat to the point where it's kind of hard to actually type on, if you ask me. But then under the hood here, yank off the back, we have a decently sized 1800 milliamp hour battery, and of course this is running on T-Mobile's HSPA plus 4G speeds. But snap this back on. Speaking of under the hood, we don't have anything extremely top end, but it does have the 1.2 gigahertz dual core Snapdragon S3, so the slightly older last year's model, similar to what was in the HTC Sensation. So not quite Galaxy S3 speeds, but close. 1 gig of RAM. 8 gigs of internal storage, and of course you can always add an SD card for extra space. Let it boot up here. As you can see, we have a little LED light for notifications, charging, and missed calls. That'll blink up for you. And let this bright, vivid AMOLED display light up, and there it is. So as you can see here, we're running on Android 4.0. It's 4.04 Ice Cream Sandwich out of the box, which is nice. So just like the Galaxy S3, we have that lock screen and similar sound effects, what have you. The home button takes a kind of a little bit of a delay when you hit the home button to go back, but other than that, everything else is exactly the same with Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich with Samsung's TouchWiz. The little toggles up top. We have their widget, and then of course the app tray, a little bit of T-Mobile bloatware in there, and then the widgets. But the 5-megapixel camera works pretty decently. And overall, it's not bad as far as the hardware or software. Everything's, as you can see, plenty smooth. One thing they've done is with Ice Cream Sandwich, you have the folders, but they've kind of added their own unique approach. They were kind of ugly, but you click them here, and they've preloaded. This is the video folder, T-Mobile, YouTube, video player, a little bit of shopping. These have been preloaded by T-Mobile and Samsung. You go into productivity, it's just Dropbox. That could have just been up there on its own, but they kind of want people to use the folders, apparently. A little utility box. Then Samsung's Media Hub and their music player and what have you. But as you can see, yeah, it runs great. It's smooth. Being slightly older on the processor, it still has great performance, and you can expect great performance. So being a budget price, definitely no problem there. And then as usual, push home that home button to bring up the multitasking, that we all know from Ice Cream Sandwich. I didn't really have anything in there for it to multitask with, so Try that again. You can see here, just swipe to clear. But overall, it's not bad. That was a quick look here at the Samsung Galaxy S Relay 4G, rocking this little QWERTY keyboard and ice cream sandwich, available now on T-Mobile. Thanks for watching, guys.